customer is to hand them the order.
That's actually a really cool BMW. It's pretty mint condition. It's like an interesting one. Arlington's doing the Beach Boys founder, Al Jarrett, and this is John Anderson, just a swinging. And we've got ourselves a train. A lot of stuff's going on here on this street. This is a little old barber shop. There's a little Chevrolet. Linda's Classic Barber Shop. Still the trains are rolling. Here from Mellow Mushroom. There's the entrance right there. It's got this little light that comes over here. Never noticed the pizza, second time around. It's pretty cool how it's constructed off that. Forward Weekly. Let's get one of these. Some important information. This is kind of glow. I think these are actually supposed to glow. Oh, okay. Right, AT&T Stadium. There it is, in all its glory. Right next to it, if you're in Arlington, is Globe Life. And that's the Globe Life field right there. Now back to AT&T Stadium. Now the AT&T Stadium does give free tours. It's a pretty amazing stadium. And it's indoor and air conditioning too. What I think is cool about it too are these arch support beams that kind of go around right there. It almost looks like a spaceship or something. I know it was constructed before American Sniper came out, so I know it's fairly new, but it's not that old of a stadium. There's Globe Life. Globe Life is almost brand new. It's only been there for a few years. And the Conan the Barbarian, it's a great movie. The one John Milius wrote. It's probably got one of the great endings too. It's a great ending, just like it's a great beginning. I mean, some powerful, intelligent. That's an intelligent script. That is big time intelligent. You ever read Conan the Barbarian? It's like reading a book. I mean, that guy was a script writer. And Conan the Barbarian, of course, he did write it with Oliver Stone. But man, that thing is an amazing feat. Amazing movie. I am sad that a lady did get cut. She got her finger cut. And then also, I think Arnold got some stitches. He almost got chewed up by some dogs. And some other people got hurt and stuff, but ultimately it came out to be quite the masterpiece. I do consider Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I do consider that a masterpiece. intelligent film. Right. Well, nobody's at the park today because it's kind of rainy. That's what the park looks like from the side. It's called Hurricane Harbor, once known as Wet and Wild, back in the 80s and 90s. And they changed it to an extension of Six Flags. Isn't that cool? Isn't that something? What's interesting is that these staircases go up, but there's no doors. There's actually 2 doors at the top, 1 and 2. There's this one or that one. No numbers. Try this one. I'll call the guy. Said there's an apartment number on the outside. No apartment number and no apartment number. There we are. There are so many birds, Alfred Hitchcock style, all around here. But I know they have a few in Dallas. They look pretty good. It smells decent, you know, but it has kind of like this devilish theme. There are all these like little demons and stuff in there, and like the door that you open is like a fort. It's like a little fort thing. It's amazing how popular they are. Now I saw this. That's like a pastel rainbow. Pretty cool. There she blows again, the AT&T Stadium. What a wonderful play for the Cowboys to, you know what I mean? What a wonderful place for the Cowboys to, I guess, win. One way. A whole series of restaurants here. This one called the Social House. There's some kind of cookie delivery place called Tiff's Treats. Smoothie King, and Salata right there. It's a pretty cool car. Still a next generation salad bar. We're gonna pick up at that one. And there's Rocket Fizz. I've been by there before. I did a little vlog on that one, or just, well, pretty quick vlog. That's Salata right there. Ventura or whatever this is called, Viridian, okay. I always think of those things as like Wolverine from Marvel. It's called Viridian. I always think of that. I don't know, it's just weird. I always think, looks like Wolverine's claws. If they glowed, you know, if they had glowing claws. It's got like a little pond, a reservoir, lake right next to it. And then when you go through it, it's kind of like you're going to this like private, I don't know, property or something. But there's never a security guard there ever. Never really used that gate. They might sometimes, I don't know, they could, I guess. But it's a pretty neat neighborhood. It's a very big neighborhood, but sometimes it lags out here. Like, you know, you get like kind of like laggy cellular. So it's a weird cellular thing. Kids, this is the last one for the night. Well, it's not the last little post thing or filmy thing or whatever video thing that I'm doing, but I guess you could call it segment. It's not the last segment, but it's the last drop for the night. And isn't that a cute house right there? Nice little house. I think I need to change an alarm or something. I think it's beeping. I don't know if this is like the leasing center for the houses or what, but it's some kind of office for the neighborhood or something. I'm trying to get out of this area, and to me it looks like a leasing center or something, but they're nothing but apartments. Now, the apartments are actually back here, but mostly it's where I was houses, like townhome looking. They don't really look like apartments per se. Like those look like townhomes, and these over here look like apartments. So they're probably like maybe an office or a leasing center that's going to open up and run some apartments or something. You can see, no, that's a house. I thought that was an apartment. That's actually a house. And And that one's a house. So I don't know what that was, because there are no apartments over there. It's a little beach club. Maybe they have like a little center for, you know, the housing. I don't know what you would call it. In an apartment or a townhome, you call it like a leasing center. That's like a lake or something right there. Some kind of lake. This is another one right here. Another nice house. But maybe now they have like an office, like a community housing office or something, you know, where the community can go and maybe register a complaint against another neighbor. You know, people like to do that. I don't know if that would help, but because they'd have to make the complaint to the mortgage or to the bank, because the banks own all these houses. I don't know. I know that housing developments and oh, that's like a big bridge. That's a cool looking bridge right there. This is called Viridian. But I know that housing developments and things like that, they have like a community of people that kind of watch over the neighborhood. And I'm just wondering if that's like some kind of office that's for this area, because I don't see a lot of apartments that are completed, you know, that are actually apartments that are, you know, that you can live in. So I don't know what that was. It was some kind of office or something. They got a big bridge, and this is actually water, so they must have put this water in here. It's a man-made lake. There's the Wolverine-looking things right there. It's a really cool neighborhood. I have gone through there a few times and had problems with internet, so I don't know if it was cellular or what, you know, but it's a kind of a remote area a little bit. And then it goes into another neighborhood right here. And you saw earlier that there was like a gate that you go through. This a road right here is called Promenade. But it should lead to where the other Wolverine looking things are. And then you can take the main highway out. Sorry, I had a burp. This is Isles Cove right here. A little bit of indigestion. It's amazing that I'm still doing this stuff, you know, performing, acting, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh wow, this is brand new housing development. I'm like almost 50. Don't like this. No, not good. Don't want to be over here really. This is some new ones right here. This should lead to the main road that goes back over that way. And then we'll be headed back. You can see way down there, way on the other side of that lake, is like a main highway. I can't go across the lake because my car doesn't have jet skis on it yet. But maybe they might one day. See, there's the bridge again. I don't know how I could have possibly gone around in a circle. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into the navigator and try to get out of this place. You can hear the frogs croaking. Before I go across, I'm gonna check the navigator. All right, we're gonna have to go across it again. So this is pretty much Viridian Park. And I went across it thinking I was going closer to this area, and it's pretty easy to get lost in. So we're gonna go across it again, spin around this way. As you can see, kind of spinning. Ooh, rolling. Then we're going to turn this way right here, and you'll be able to see this nice lake at nighttime right here. Earlier I could hear the frogs. Take some time, but we'll get there eventually. All right, we found the entrance right here, and there's the gate. I don't know if I vlogged that earlier. There's a thing there. Now we found it. Then we just go straight this way, and we'll be headed out of here. I was kind of wondering, you know, like 100 years from now, when we look back at the great filmmakers. 100 years from now. So we're in 2022. So let's change the time travel. I used to could do it, but I can't do it. It's trying to access my microphone. But if we could time travel to 3022, okay, 100 years into the future, and look back at filmmakers, you know, I know Marlon Brando's going to be there. You know, I mean filmmakers like actors too, okay? People that were in cinema that were famous. Filmmakers and actors. Marlon Brando will be there. Laurence Olivier will be there. We'll be able to find his stuff. Hitchcock will be there for sure. Orson Welles. We know those guys are going to be there, right? But you don't really figure that stuff out until you look back 100 years from now. Because look, what filmmakers do you remember right now from 1922? Come on. Well, you remember Charlie Chaplin, right? Even though he was starting off then, and it wasn't really at his prime, but yet he was somewhere around, you know, in 1922. He was somewhere around. So was Hitchcock, because Hitchcock was born in 1899. So, you know, Hitchcock did silent films. So what I'm trying to say is that 100 years from now, we'll look back. 100 years from now, we'll look back, and we'll decide who those great filmmakers are and who those great artists are. And the ones that didn't really matter, we won't bother to really look up. Do you know what I mean? So, no one knows, because no one can go 100 years into the future and look back. It'd be cool if we could go into the future 100 years and then look back. I personally believe in time travel. I think it's possible. I really do believe in it. A long time ago, people said we could not split the atom. They couldn't even see the atom to even argue. It didn't make any sense. Time travel right now, because of our science and our technology, doesn't make a lot of sense, but I do believe in it. Regardless, if we look back 100 years from now, who are going to be the great filmmakers, right? We're still going to see Hitchcock. We're going to see Marlon Brando. We're going to see Laurence Olivier. We're going to see Orson Welles. We'll probably see Fellini. I'm thinking maybe Scorsese might be there too, if we are still allowed to watch gangster films 100 years from now, depending on what the government's like, and if we're in utopia. We may not want to remember that kind of stuff. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be all Marvel films or sci-fi films, or what type of films are going to be going on. But certain people are going to be able to access archives and look back into the past and find what was great. Will you be there? I don't know. We can only hope. I hope I'm there. I hope the guy's like, this guy was completely genius. I watched like 3 or 4 of his vlogs, and wow, and all of a sudden, you could be famous 100 years from now. Or you could be famous 100 days from now. You don't really ever know. But part of it is that thing. Celebrity and fame and all of that stuff. And there, you know, James Dean's even a celebrity today, but he's not around. Marlon Brando's a celebrity today. Laurence Olivier is a celebrity. All these people are celebrities, and they're not even around. It's a good way to look at things. These bridges have been here for quite a bit of time. It's actually a marvel to look at these bridges. It took many, many thousands and thousands of man-hours, much manpower to construct these simple 3 to 4 or 5 bridges. And there'll be more in the future. Remember, it's experimental, it's a prototype, it's a community of tomorrow. Then we've got the second, or it was just the third one, then the fourth one, the fifth one, the sixth one. There were 6. You never know. You never know what tomorrow will bring. You never know the future. You'd like to know it, but no one really knows. If only we could time travel into the future and look back.